Hey, what's up? This is Helenos from Dimmu Borgir and Insidious Disease, and you're listening to the Thomas Eriksen Podcast.
And welcome back to the Thomas Eriksen Podcast. My name is Thomas Eriksen, and this is my podcast. Some of you may be here because of the band Mork, which is my black metal band, one-man band with a full live lineup. Been going strong since 2004 and are closing in on album number 5 on our current label, Peaceville Records. The band has played concerts and doing some touring in Europe and some in the US and we were supposed to do a lot of shit this year, but, COVID came in the way and everything was cancelled or postponed. But this pandemic situation came with a little bit of a gift as well. Not thinking about all the deaths and the tragedies in the world, but I actually got started doing this podcast. I did the first episode the first weekend when Norway got into the first lockdown back in March or something. So that's a cool thing. I never done this before, so now we are in episode 20 plus something. I can't really remember at the moment. Had a lot of interesting people on the show, mostly from the black metal world. Friends of mine who has been kind and come on here and told their stories. So please go back and listen to every episode because it's filled with interesting stuff. And this week I was contacted by the manager of the original vocalist of ex-Kvelertak, Mr. Erlend Hjelvik. He has a new band going called Hjelvik and a new album out, so he's doing the rounds and it's nice of them to reach out to me. So today we got to have our little chat here in the studio, which was a good time. You will hear that in a short bit. Any news regarding the world of Mork? Let's see. I have been promoting my new EP, Pesta, for a while now, and it's out. It's finally out. I'm really happy and relieved that it's out there. It's nice to see, and I'm really appreciative of all the pre-orders you guys out there have put down on my own web shop, which is something you can find in the link somewhere here, I guess in the description or something, where it's a web shop where you can pick up all the Mork CDs and vinyls and t-shirts and patches and stuff like that. I have been having Pesta out there as a pre-order now up to the release date, and it's a limited hand-numbered version with or without my personal autograph. So thank you everyone out there who has been taking a part in this and helping us to actually spreading our plague further, which is the translation of Pesta. Pesta is the plague. It's based upon the Black Plague, back in the history of Norway. And it turned out quite cool. Really enjoy putting it together with the cover art and everything. It all has a story, so you can find that out by Googling it or checking out my posts on the socials. Fun stuff. Other news are coming up shortly, actually, in the beginning of December. A huge announcement will be released for our parts anyhow, you know. It's a big show coming up next year. Hopefully, knock on wood, that will be announced pretty soon. And a few days after this, there will be an announcement regarding the new Mork album. So stay tuned. We have actually been doing quite a lot of shows this year, considering it's a pandemic going on. Only in Norway, though, and a couple of streaming events that's been broadcast worldwide. But recently we were asked to play a show in Oslo, which was supposed to be in the middle of December coming up. But due to the situation that we are in, we were not able to make it. And that's too bad. It would have been nice to round up the year with a gig in Oslo, you know. But things are as they are, you know. So we will come back stronger next year, after New Year's, that is. All right, enough blubbering by myself. Like I said, Mr. Erlend Hjelvik came to the house, or to the studio today, with his lovely wife, and we had a good time. I really didn't know this guy from before, but you know, everyone has heard about Kvelertak. I remember back when that name started doing the rounds, you know. I think it was on their first album or even before. They already back then the name was spread, you know, and they made it huge, almost off the go. It's fascinating and impressive how that thing just shot up like a rocket, you know. Next thing you know, they were playing with Metallica, Iron Maiden and stuff like that, and Foo Fighters. I don't know, I was blown away, and it was so cool because it was kind of I see it as a rise of the Scandinavian rock and metal scene in a way, because around the same time, you know, you had the Ghost from Sweden, they just shot out there, and you had Volbeat from Denmark doing their thing, and then you had Kvelertak from Norway. It's impressive, you know, how far you can reach in such a short amount of time. How much work and stuff going on before that, I have no idea. But when the names were known to me, they were big, you know, at once. Erlend now has left Kvelertak a while back, and he's back with his solo project, which is quite cool to discover. Named after him, of course, Hjelvik. And new album, or the debut album, is currently out on their own record label, which I do not remember the name of, but it's on Nuclear Blast worldwide, I suppose. And we had a really fine chat, and I think I made a new friend today, 2 new friends, and that's cool. Always cool to meet new people. And I guess there's a couple of themes or subjects that we forgot to touch upon, actually. So that's what can I say? It's an excuse to do another one of these sit-downs with the microphones. So let's do that in the future. But for now, please sit back and enjoy my talk with Mr. Erlend Hjelvik of Hjelvik.
Yeah.
All right. Da tar jeg en liten intro først.
Yes.
Og så
We're talking English on
this one, yes.
Okay, cool. Been getting lots of practice lately, so that's good for me.
Yeah, I'm kind of out of practice now. I hope I can catch up with you.
No, your English is perfect.
Oh, thank you. Okay, I'm sitting together here with a fellow. I do not know this guy that well, but hopefully I will soon.
I'm sure you will.
He has... I suppose you are most known for being the original vocalist for Kvelertak.
Yeah, I started the band in 2006. Me and Bjarte started Kvelertak, and I wrote the lyrics, and yeah, I was the vocalist.
Yeah, yes.
Yeah.
Then I got that right. And you've been involved with Djevel, is that correct?
Yeah, I did the vocals on the first 4 Djevel albums before I bowed out.
Okay, so you've been in there for a while then.
Yeah, from the beginning until... Yeah, we did... what was the last record we did? Norske Ritualer, and that was in 2016 it came out. So.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So you have your ears within black metal too.
Yeah, I've had my feet in the mud there too.
That's perfect for this podcast. And today you have your solo project, obviously.
Yeah, I started a new band in early 2019. I discovered I could write music on my own, so then I wrote the whole album, and that's my new band, solo band, Hjelvik.
Yes, and your first name is Erlend.
Yeah.
So you're Erlend Hjelvik.
Erlend Hjelvik, yes.
Hjelvik.
Yeah.
There you go. Welcome.
Yeah, tusen takk. Thank you.
Have you been you've been in Halden, right? I saw you actually on Tons of Rock here.
Yeah, that's the last time I was here, actually. So that was one of the last shows I did with Kvelertak.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
When was this? Was this in 16 or 17?
2018.
18.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so we headlined one of the days. I can't remember which day it was, but...
I suppose it was the Thursday, because at least the 2 previous years, the Thursday was the more rock day and the Norwegian band day.
Yeah.
I suppose. I may be wrong here, but I was drunk, all the days.
Yeah, I can remember, but it was the last time they had the festival here in Halden, I think.
Oh, it was that too? Okay. Yeah, there you go.
Because now it's gonna be in Oslo.
Yeah, on Ekebergsletta.
Yeah.
Yes, that's true. Have you played there too?
No, but we're gonna play there with my new band, and we're scheduled for next year. So
Awesome.
Odin willing, that's gonna happen. Yeah.
Yeah, let's see. You know. But have you been to Halden any times before this?
Only for Tons of Rock or driving past Halden. I don't think I ever played a show here on any other occasion. Not that I can think of.
Not visited as just a traveler either?
No, I haven't been doing that much.
Oh, man.
If it wasn't in a band setting or whatever. So.
Yeah, okay,
Yeah.
I have been doing a bit of traveling on my own. I'm each summer I actually go on a road trip, just drive around in our country.
Oh, cool.
And have a tent in the back, and sometimes a hut, sometimes a hotel.
Yeah,
because I just love just taking it in,
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, I would like to do more of that, but it's just... when I was in the band, there was so much touring, so I just prefer to stay at home when I had time off.
Yeah. You know what? We have never been touring that heavily as you have done.
Yeah.
Yet.
Yeah.
we mainly done one-offs, weekends and stuff like that, short runs.
Yeah.
But the shitty thing is that this COVID thing, this year we had 2 tours. We had a European tour, South American tour. We had Wacken for the first time.
Ugh, that sucks.
Everything just went into the toilet,
Yeah. No, that's really shitty.
It is. But next year, knock on wood. There you go. Okay, let's take you back to the beginning then, where you come from. And you were born in 85?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was born in Japan, and I remember it was very dark and moist. No, I'm kidding.
Samurais and the dragons and stuff?
Yeah. No, so yeah, I was born in Japan in '85, and we were there because my dad was working as a sjömansprest, a sailor priest for Norwegian church, and so we stayed there for a year, and then I lived in Holland till I was 6 years old, and then
In Holland?
yeah, in
Okay.
Rotterdam,
Okay.
yeah, so,
Rotterdam.
yeah,
He
So-
was a priest there too?
yeah. So he did like 6 years there.
Wow.
And then I was about 6 or 7 when I moved to Norway, to Vikedal, a very small village on the west coast.
Yeah.
And yeah, that was right around when the church burning stuff happened. So I remember that pretty vividly too.
Was that like some kind of plan your parents had to kind of get you back to Norway just in time for elementary school?
Yeah, I have some older siblings, and I think they were thinking about me too, like, okay, we have to get back to Norway, otherwise they're just gonna get stuck here in Holland,
Yeah.
the kids. So yeah.
Well, that was perfect for your sake then. I
Yeah.
guess your first day of school was in Norway then.
Yeah, it was. So,
Because
actually, I started school in Holland when I was 6 years old.
Okay, so it was 1 year earlier.
Yeah, I went to a Catholic school for a year or two.
Okay,
It's pretty strict.
because today kids in Norway start at 6, and I remember I started at 7.
Yeah, now they start at 6. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So
Times
I
change.
got to skip a grade when I came to Norway, actually. Because in Holland, I learned like how to write cursive and multiplying and stuff like before I was turned 7. So when I came to Norway, kids were still writing like block letters, but I knew how to write cursive and stuff. So I got to skip a grade and had to take a test. And
Did you take a lot of shit for that?
no, it wasn't so bad. I'm born early in the year, so I didn't feel like I was that much younger than the other kids. So,
No, okay.
Yeah.
Not the ones you left behind either in the previous class.
No, they got used to it. I was still friends with most of them.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah.
Where is that town located?
It's about 60 kilometers from Haugesund. That's the biggest city.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not on Karmøy, obviously. It's further in, right?
Yeah, further north.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think I've been there actually.
No, there's not much reason to go there unless you want to go fishing or camping or something like that. But yeah.
Is it kind of by a fjord or something, or is it just streams and stuff?
Yeah, it's right by a fjord.
It is.
It's very beautiful. Lots of mountains and fjords, and yeah, there's loads of tourists in the summer. There's like 5 camping places. So
Yeah. Okay.
yeah,
And your family are still there?
yeah, they still live there. So,
Okay. Cool. So that's
Yeah.
your home.
yeah. So yeah, we go there once in a while and visit the parents. So it's
Yeah. Cool.
cozy place. Yeah.
What was your first musical touches? What
Ooh. Yeah.
first exposures there?
For me, I would say the first music I really noticed and liked was Michael Jackson. I just remember watching his music videos on MTV with Macaulay Culkin and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
That's our era.
yeah. So I guess I was the target demographic for him too, probably as a 6-year-old boy.
Dude. Oh. Yeah, most people here, I remember seeing, what was it, that black and white video?
Yeah. That's
all
one
the-
of the first ones I remember too.
Me
Yeah.
too. That's the most vivid memory. I can't remember anything else about him, actually.
Yeah.
Maybe some live stuff on TV.
Yeah, like the music videos were just insane. I remember the ones with Eddie Murphy in them, and he's like a pharaoh or something, and then the one with Macaulay Culkin where he gets yelled at by his dad or something for playing the music too loud.
Ah, yeah. Yeah, it comes
Yeah.
back to me now. The trauma.
Yeah, I haven't seen him in a long time now. It's maybe time to revisit him, but
You know what? He is an excellent artist.
yeah, I agree.
And these days, people are having, I don't know why Facebook has this going, but they are kind of having a thing with Varg Vikernes and his stuff.
Yeah.
And they are banning people who are posting his songs.
Oh, really?
Have you heard about this?
No, but it doesn't surprise me that people have a problem with him. But yeah, it's like when people give you crap for, saying that you enjoy Bursum or something like that. I just liken it to Michael Jackson, for example, like you don't have to be,
Beep.
you know what I'm driving at.
Yes, please separate the art from the person.
Yeah.
Please.
Yes.
Because those shitty actions doesn't make the songs bad.
No, and it's the lyrics aren't bad like that either.
No.
And it's the same thing with Michael Jackson. He doesn't, at least I don't think he does, sing about the
I do not think so. So
No.
we agree on that then. We can separate the art, and that's a good thing.
Yeah.
Okay, what came after Michael Jackson then?
Oh, Rednecks, maybe.
Oh, me too, man.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Cotton Eye Joe.
Yeah, and Pop and I Oak.
Yes,
Yeah.
there you go.
And I think the first CD I bought was Soccer World Championship collection album.
Okay.
It had like Tina Turner and Queen and Monty Python on it.
Monty Python and Tina Turner
Yeah.
on the same album.
Yeah, and Jørn Lande with Vi gjør alt for Norge or something like that.
Wow.
Yeah.
What was the Python one?
Oh, look at the bright side of life.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know what it had to do with soccer. I guess they played it when a team
It's a
loses or
perfect
something.
audience song, you know?
Yeah.
Crowd
That's the reason.
song.
I forgot.
Yeah, obviously. That's excellent.
Yeah.
So then you get to hear some more variations of music then.
Yeah, I would say so.
Oh man, Rednecks.
Yeah.
I remember buying Smurfe hits, and I was actually ordering these Mr. Music CDs. You remember that one?
I remember those, yeah.
Yeah. I think I had 20 of those
Okay.
before punk rock came and grabbed my ass.
Yeah, for me, my savior was the Prodigy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think, I just kind of got blown away when I saw the Firestarter music video, and then that was my favorite band, the Prodigy.
That was the guy with the kind of horns haircut, right?
Keith Flint had
Yeah,
the
there you
red hair and spiky red hair, and
Did he just pass away or something?
yeah, he died a year ago or 2 years
Yes,
ago.
I think so.
Heart
I read
attack
that.
or something like that. I don't know. Or I'm not sure if it was suicide.
I
don't know.
remember, maybe. I'm not sure. I'm not
sure either.
dwell into that.
Yeah.
But I remember hearing Prodigy back then when we were kids, and
Yeah.
that was a bit too harsh for me.
Yeah, it was pretty intense music, and I don't know. I think they're pretty cool still. The music, like the last time I saw them was 6 years ago at the festival in Stavanger, and it was pretty awesome live actually.
Okay.
Yeah, like pretty heavy.
Is it a full rock band setting?
No, they have a guitarist because they have like a lot of electric guitar, and on a couple of the songs, especially the second and the third album, there's like a lot of guitar riffs. So yeah, it's pretty cool.
Because I kind of thought it was kind of just a synthesizer and stuff like that, but they had like a drummer and stuff.
Yeah, I don't know what they do now, but I think like the last album they put out, they had like Dave Grohl play drums on
really?
a couple of tracks or something like that. I haven't really paid attention to the new stuff.
That's good company.
Yeah.
He's an okay drummer.
Yeah, no, I haven't listened to the Prodigy in a long time either, but that's the first vinyl I bought is Fat of the Land, and I didn't have vinyl player. I just wanted to have the record. Like I saw it in the store, and it's like, okay, I want the big version.
I like your way of thinking.
Yeah, so I still have it.
Cool.
Yeah.
What about your first rock experience then?
Yeah, I think Metallica was the first like rock and metal band I got into. It was just something that everyone in the class, my class at school, agreed on. All the boys, the Load and Reload was like the big thing at the time. So that was what everyone was listening to. So I started with those albums and then worked my way back to Ride the Lightning and Kill 'Em All and that kind of stuff.
But back then, what did you like the most? Did you like the Reload stuff or the Ride Lightning stuff?
Yeah, I think I like the Load and Reload stuff the most for a while. I don't know how long, but maybe when I was turning like 15 and 16, I was, getting more into the Ride the Lightning and Kill 'Em All
extreme
albums.
stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's when I started listening to like Dimmu Borgir and Immortal and bands like that too. So yeah.
Oh man, I think I like Reload and Lightning the same equal,
Yeah.
because they are kick-ass on their separate ways,
Yeah, I haven't listened to Load and Reload in a long time now. I should probably give it a whirl again soon.
When you are hitting the road later, you should listen to Where Wild Things Are of Reload.
Okay.
Excellent track.
Cool.
It's really different from everything else.
Yeah.
They kind of sing in this like two-voice kind of thing throughout the whole thing.
Yeah.
Do you remember the track?
I can't remember it right now, but I'm sure I know it if I hear it.
Yeah, it's excellent. It's
okay,
excellent.
I'll revisit it again. I
You
think
should.
it's about time.
Okay, so
Yeah.
what happened next? Are you kind of excited about music? You want to try to play or sing, or does that take a bit longer?
Yeah, no. I started playing, taking piano lessons when I was 7 years old or 8 years old, because we had a piano in the house and someone had to learn how to play it. So that was me. So I took piano lessons once a week till I was like 13 years old. I liked it, but I didn't really like practicing. And yeah, I kind of hated going to the lessons, but I still learned a lot from it. But I was asked to join a band when I was 12 by some guys who were older than me at school. And then, I was asked to join the band and play keyboards. And it was a cover band, and we played everything from Jerry Lee Lewis to Metallica. So then the piano lessons were actually useful, or keyboard lessons morphed into us. Because then when we were learning or trying to learn songs, then I could take it to the teacher and say, okay, I need to learn how to play Great Balls of Fire by 2 weeks. So it was actually useful.
And that was something the teacher probably knew because it's a kind of well-known song in the piano world, I suppose.
Yeah, but it was a lot more fun when it was like focused like on learning a song, and I had like a real reason to learn how to play it.
Oh, this was still in that village?
Yeah, that was the neighbor village I went to take those lessons.
And the band was in the village?
Yeah.
Okay, so you like played in the local pub or something, or?
No, we just played like youth clubs here and there, like I don't know, like Bedehus and youth clubs is what we ended up playing, and then they had something called Ungdommens Kulturmønstring. We
Been
would play,
there.
yeah. It's like a youth music contest. We played that maybe like 2 or 3 times. There was one time we got to go to Stavanger for the semi-final, but we didn't make it there.
Same story here.
Yeah.
But I remember when we did that, we went to, I think it was Råd or something. And if you got to play there, some of the bands who didn't get to the country finals, they were picked out to play, Momarkedet.
Yeah, I know that.
We actually got to play there a couple of times.
Okay, that's awesome.
It was great. A big stage and a big crowd, and with carousels in the background and stuff.
Scary.
Yeah, that's a cool thing, when you're like a teenager.
Yeah, that sounds cool.
So, I've been on the UKM circuit.
Yeah.
I think everyone in our age group has been around there a lot.
Yeah, I think that's pretty much like the only thing you can do almost if you are a kid in Norway and you're playing music. But I think it's a good way to practice and get ready for playing real shows. You kind of get to experience that in a way.
It is serious business, There's monitoring, there's personnel, there's crew.
Yeah.
There's an audience.
Yeah.
And the good thing is that they are not shy on who they let compete.
No, they'll have anything.
From black metal to, just poetry.
Yeah. Did you play with a black metal band or?
No, that was in my punk rock days.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
What was the punk rock band called?
Pale Kids.
Okay, that's not a bad name for...
Have you heard about it?
No, I haven't.
I think we played in Stavanger and in Sandnes. We've been around quite a bit in Norway, actually, but it's a long time ago.
Cool.
I suppose I was going to ask you have we ever crossed paths before in the band circuit?
I don't think so. Which is, I guess, is a little strange, maybe.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Maybe we have done that, but not been aware.
Yeah, I think I would have known. Like, I'm pretty good at remembering which bands are at festivals, I think, at least. But, I don't know. I think it's just coincidence that we haven't, or if we haven't.
The biggest thing we did was the first Hove festival.
Okay, yeah, I did the first 12 festival too, I think.
Okay, which stage?
Ugh, I can't remember at all. Okay, no, I'm not sure.
We actually played the main stage, and that was a big thing.
Okay, what year was this?
07.
Okay, then I haven't done the whole festival because I had it in my mind that it started in 2010.
Oh, no.
I think I was there as an audience actually. So
Okay.
yeah,
Perhaps you catch the show.
maybe I did. Okay, it's getting really fussy at this point. There was probably a lot of partying. And
As it should be. So what happened with the cover band? Did that go for a long while?
No, we had that for maybe 3 years or maybe even 4 years. The band was called Nobody Knows, and one of the guys in the band had the bright idea that we should record ourselves while practicing to become better. So we tried that, and then we listened to the recording after the practice, and we just disbanded. So,
Oh, really?
yeah,
Okay.
that was the nail in the coffin.
You heard the recording and okay, that's it.
Yeah, this is a waste of time.
3 years together and not tight.
Yeah, no, so that was it. But,
Okay.
no, I think it was, I learned a lot from it. I think it was a lot of fun. And then I started my own band after that. And that was a band called Abaddon, which was like, I tried to make a metal band with 2 friends in Vikedal. And actually, Bjarte from ex-Kvelertak, he joined later on when I started high school, and he played drums.
Yeah.
And kind of the same story there. We played together for like maybe 1 or 2 years, and then we got our big break, which was to play a cultural festival in Sand. It was like a ad in the newspaper. It's like, oh, send in your sign up to play our culture festival and get paid 3,000 crowns. So we got the 3,000 crowns, and we split the money and practiced a lot and went there and played. And yeah, then we broke up after the first show, because the guitarist was kind of down after the performance.
Oh, bad performance. Bad day on the office.
Yeah, so that was the end of that band.
Oh, man. What age were you at then?
I was 16 then, so
Okay.
I think, I was 16 when we ended the band. So I had it from when I was 15 to 16.
And that was like a black metal band, you said? Or what was it?
No, not black metal, I would just call it teenager metal, like just all over the place when it comes to influences, and I was trying to make it like heavy metal and scream and stuff like that, and then you have other guys pulling it in a different direction, so
Yeah, a mishmash.
yeah, it was a good mishmash.
If it's heavy, it's good.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's on the way there, you know.
Yeah. No, but that's where I started writing lyrics for like Norse, inspired by Norse mythology and things like that. We had a song called Joda Hot, for example. So, yeah, and I think a lot of the lyrics from Mjød just came from that song, for example.
Okay.
Yeah, because when we started Kvelertak, it was me and Bjarte a couple of years later started Kvelertak together in Stavanger when we were living together, because we were bored and we're playing like World of Warcraft in the basement, so we needed something to do. And then we started making our own music, and so.
But why did you move to Stavanger? What was the jump there? Was it for school?
It was
or?
just for school. I was studying travel administration, of all things.
Oh,
So I have a
video.
bachelor degree in that.
In high school?
College.
College?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so this is after high school.
Altså høyskole?
Yeah, high school. No?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It turned into university while I was studying there, I think. But,
Okay.
yeah.
So you just ended up in a collective with the guy?
Yeah, and 2 other guys who were living there, and we started the band and just started making music, and I wrote lyrics, and it was just for fun in the beginning. So and then we had like a bunch of different people kind of in and out until we got like a steady lineup in 2008 or 9, I would say. And then pretty shortly after we put out the first album, and that's when things went kind of crazy for a long time.
And that was Kvelertak, right?
Yeah.
Okay. How did you come up with the title and the name?
The name for the band?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's something we can't remember. I think I came up with it, and Bjarte thinks he came up with it. So we never agreed on that.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you were like destined, or you were determined to do this in Norwegian and stuff like that?
Yeah. We wanted, well, in the very beginning, we had like songs that were 50% English and 50% Norwegian. So yeah, but then we ended up just singing in Norwegian. We just thought it sounded better, or I did at least. So.
But is that, where did you get that from? Is that like is that inspired by some black metal bands?
Yeah.
Or?
To me, when I listened to black metal, I used to think the songs in Norwegian sounded the coolest, and so I just wanted to keep that tradition going. So.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more.
Yeah.
I remember picking up, my first Burzum albums and first Dark Throne albums.
Yeah.
And when I looked at the back and saw the song titles, the track list,
Yeah.
I saw Norwegian titles. That was the most magical thing.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's cool. But I did I sang in Norwegian and wrote lyrics in Norwegian for 12 years. And so when I left Kvelertak and started my own band, I branched out I started writing in English. And for me, that was...
I saw that.
Yeah.
I saw that.
So for me, that was a cool thing to do, because it felt like I had like new coloring pencils, sort of. And
Absolutely.
yeah, and with the things I sing about Norse mythology and Norwegian history, it's very Norwegian. So I think it still sounds Norwegian, even if I write about it in English.
Of
at least
course,
in my
it
opinion.
does. It does. And you reach
Yeah.
more people who can understand it,
Yeah, because I had so many years of having the lyrics in Norwegian and people around the world reading lyrics in Google Translate, and it's just horrible. And
It's kind of funny listening to. I've seen a couple of videos or clips here or there, and your fans in other countries, they
Yeah.
have a kind of a hard time pronouncing the band name.
yeah, and there's
Kvelertak.
yeah, and there's something called like Swedish lyrics, where they made like YouTube videos where it's like they try to interpret what I sing, and it's like
Oh, man.
Abbat on the beach and stuff like that, and with funny pictures. So
These misheard lyrics videos. Those are funny.
yeah, well, I had my fill of that throughout.
I've never
the
seen
12
yours
years.
though. I should check them out
Yeah,
afterwards.
I don't know if they still exist. It's a long time since I've seen them now. But okay, so I want people to actually understand my lyrics now, and
Yeah.
so I'm not throwing pearls before swine.
Yep.
Yeah,
In my line of work, I prefer the Norwegian one because it's pure black metal,
Yeah.
and it's a part of the package and
yeah,
the art that I'm kind of sculpting,
yeah. It makes more sense if it's like pure black metal to have it in Norwegian, I think. But like my music is more heavy metal based, I would say. So for me, I think it works best in English. But
It has a way wider reach than my
Yeah.
black metal has.
yes, but
Absolutely.
I'm gonna follow I like following the recipe of having like 8 songs in English and 2 songs in Norwegian,
Oh, that's
2 or
cool.
3 songs. So I think that's what I'm gonna keep doing going forward.
And I listened to your album, it sounded cool, man.
Yeah, thanks.
I gave it a shot this week, actually.
Yeah, awesome.
Yeah. What happened when Kvelertak got to play? Where did you start playing? Did you just get together, rehearse, write songs, and then you just try to book shows in clubs, or?
Yeah, like the first show we did was in the collective that we were living at the time in Stavanger. One of the guys we lived with, he was a guy from Finland, and he was studying socionom or something like that.
Oh.
And he was having a class party. That was the first show at our house, so just in the living room.
House party.
Yeah.
Cool.
So I think it was terrible sound or whatever, but it was just, I remember I was wearing like red swimming trunks and only that. And then I walked upstairs with the Motorhead flag as a cape. So I've gone full circle now with having Joe Patagno, the guy who made the Motorhead logo and the cover, make the cover for my new band Hjelvik, and now I'm wearing a cape there, so that's full circle.
Awesome,
Yeah.
man. And then what did you have an easy time getting shows outside of that first one?
Yeah, we would play something called Stavanger Punk Rock Festival. We did that for like the first 2 or 3 years. It was they would let anyone play, really, who could play.
Where was
festivals.
that? Like Checkpoint or Foley?
Yeah, they had them at Checkpoint, and there was one time it was at Taus Scene, and another time at Røde Sjøhus, so in Stavanger. Yeah, so it was a really cool, crazy festival where they just had like 20 bands in the day or something like that. So just punk bands from all over the place, really.
I'm sure I've been there, you know, and I remember we played at Mølla.
Yeah, that was a famous like hardcore place. Yeah.
Yep.
I never went there, but a lot of the guys that I know who are musicians from, either Kvelertak or bands like Purified in Blood or whatever, they used to play this place Mølla all the time when they were, teenagers. So
yeah, I remember that place. What did you like get out of Stavanger too? How did you get onto the circuit?
Yeah, the first tour we did was with Skambankt. They invited us to warm up for them, so that's like the first real tour that we got to do.
Yeah.
So that was pretty cool of them to give us a chance like that, I think. So this was back in 2008 or 2009. I think we were just like had some songs on Urørt or something at the moment. So
your first tour was with Skambankt, was it?
Yeah.
And that was also your first time outside of Stavanger?
Yeah, it was all the big cities in Norway. Well, I guess I think it was Kristiansand and Grimstad and Oslo and Drammen actually, and Tønsberg, just places like that. So,
but never Halden.
I don't think so. No.
Or Moss or Fredrikstad or
I can't remember.
Østfold in general.
Yeah, I'm not sure actually.
Huh? Cool.
Yeah. No. Okay. We went to Hamar. We played at least. I remember. But
Hydranten.
Yeah.
Yep.
So that was a fun times.
Then what happened?
After that?
Yeah. Did you record an album?
Yeah, that's when we recorded an album, and that was... I remember when we did that even. I guess it was early 2010, and then the album came out the summer of 2010, and it was pretty crazy after that. Like the charted number 3 on the top 40 album list, and we were playing like the Hove Festival and stuff like that. And
but how did all this come to be? How? Tell me the story about you getting into doing the first album. What the label deal was. How did all this come together? Yeah,
before that we had recorded a demo in Oslo, or actually before that again we had an album that we called, or a homemade album that we called West Coast Holocaust, and it was just a bunch of like bedroom demos that me and Bjarte had made mostly. And
that you distributed around with
we just made like 100 copies ourselves and just sold it at like local stores in Stavanger, like Scorpius and Mephisto metal store in Stavanger at the time. And
that's a rarity today, I suppose.
Yeah. I don't think they have any record stores in Stavanger anymore. Or
that's
maybe
sad.
There's one that's open once a week, I think.
Oh, that's sad.
Yeah, that's how it goes. Yeah, so we had that, and then we had a demo, or that was like 2 tracks, Fossegrim and Blodtørst, and we had Not the Frost and Ivar Nikolaisen guest on a song each. So that was the thing we did before the first album, and the one that I think got us signed to indie recordings. So.
What was this? Did you go through the Urørt thing and stuff like that?
Yeah, we did the Urørt thing. Yeah, I forgot to mention that too. There's lots of stuff to remember.
Yeah, the reason why I'm mentioning this, because I remember my own past, and what we went through.
Yeah, we did Urørt, and we got to play the Urørt contest, which was on TV and stuff like that.
Okay.
Yeah. So we made it to second place with the song called Ordsmeder av Rang, and yeah, we lost to a band called Pink Robots, some pop thing. But that was okay. I think it's usually turned out better for the people who didn't win those contests.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, so that was, I think we got a lot of like airplay, like just on account of doing that thing. So that was a good thing for us. And then, yeah, all those things got us signed by Indie Recordings.
Yes, because
and
then they heard about you, obviously.
Yeah, because I remember at the time Indie Recordings were like, we don't really sign new bands. We just work with the old established Norwegian metal bands mostly. So,
I heard that, yep.
Yeah. So, so that was cool that they did that.
I actually know Indie from the way beginning because my band was in talks with them. And,
Okay.
that was back when they were in the distribution.
Yeah. Did they tell you the same thing? Or?
Yeah, of course. Of course.
Yeah.
You need to get, dry behind the ears and stuff like that,
Yeah.
But I remember this was actually a long way into our, I can't call it a partnership because we never really did anything. I think they released one EP. But I remember they made Indie Recordings and went full on label and not just a distributor.
Yeah, I remember that too. I can't totally remember like the first albums or whatever they put out, but
one of the first things I think I really fell in love with, and they are good friends to this day, and great music. That is Sarke.
Oh yeah, cool.
Remember that White album?
Yeah. That's a good one.
That's an early one, and I think they did something with Keep of Kalesin.
Yeah, that's right.
And Toulouse and Iskald.
Yeah, I remember thinking at the time I was like, I felt like a really big deal to be assigned to Indie Recordings.
Yeah, they were kind of happening,
Yeah, but it just felt cool to be in like good company with like all these great old Norwegian metal bands. So
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So who did you deal with you there? Was it Espen or Erik?
Espen and Erik and Erlend Hjelvik.
Yeah, he was there. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. But that was before he was label manager, right?
Yeah. I don't remember his position at the time, but he was the guy we talked the most to. So.
Was Thomas there still?
Oh, I don't remember. Yeah, he was there, yeah.
Yeah, cool. That was like
he's the
original...
guy with the Finnish last name, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
correct.
I can't remember his last name right now, but...
I think they had offices up in Sinsenveien or...
Okay.
Hasleveien, something like that?
Yeah.
In Oslo?
Yeah, that's right.
I remember going
he was
there.
a nice guy.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So then you got signed. You got like ink to paper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the second album, like it took off like pretty fast, and it was like a huge deal worldwide. Like it was like crazy stuff happening. Like Dave Grohl was like filming himself holding up albums, and then Kvelertak was one of them.
I remember seeing that video actually.
Yeah, it's just a video with no sound, and he was just like smiling and holding it up. So
he was like sitting by his tape machine or something.
Yeah.
And I was like, what the fuck is happening here?
Yeah, that's what we were saying too. And then we were invited to warm up for Foo Fighters in Oslo Spectrum.
Oh, you were?
Yeah.
Ah, yeah. That was that your first big thing, like with a big band?
Yeah, that was the first huge show. Was to warm up for Foo Fighters in Oslo, Telenor Arena. Yeah.
Fuck, man.
Yeah, and the Crown Prince was there, and it's like, okay, this is like some weird dream or something like that. Because the Crown Prince came up to me and wanted to say hello because he liked the band too. So it's just crazy stuff.
I remember hearing about you guys.
Yeah.
I don't think I knew any of you, but you were just this band that came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, you were everywhere.
Yeah. Yeah, it was really intense, and
that's what everyone strives for,
Yeah.
These guys, what the fuck did they do? Where did they come from?
Yeah, it's just a weird. I don't know, like.
The planets was aligned, I suppose.
Yeah, that's the words I was looking for.
Yeah. But hey, I listen to your music and I think it's catchy as hell, and it's punchy. Of course, it works.
Yeah, thanks. I'm still really proud of that first album, and I think that's one of the albums I'm the most proud of.
Cool.
Without exception, of course, with the new album I just made.
Yeah, yeah. Of course.
Yeah.
Oh man, how was it to meet Dave Grohl?
Yeah, he was really cool. He was just like he took time out to say hello to us and stuff. So that was really nice. And he awarded us the gold record for the first album at the time. This was like maybe 10 months or something after it came out.
Wow.
So it was just another like crazy thing that happened, and then take a picture and then it's in the newspapers the next day, and it's like, okay, it's just like some crazy train.
So he like personally invited you to do that show?
Yeah, and him giving us the gold record, that was something Indie Recordings had set up with him. So that was a cool thing. Yeah,
man. I wish I was a fly on the wall there.
Yeah,
cool, man.
Me too.
Awesome. What happened then? Suppose, I don't know, tours? Did you tour for yourself or go out with someone else?
Yeah, we warmed up for Converge and Kalesa and...
Yes, I read about that.
Yeah.
Was that the first one outside of Norway?
Yeah, we did like a 6-long European van tour, which was pretty rough. So really exhausting. We were just following the nightliner that they were on and just driving around in the van with like boxes of merch on our laps. And it was a really hard 6 weeks. So yeah.
Everyone has to start somewhere,
Yeah, but we made it through it. So.
Yeah. Cool. How was those shows?
They were good. They were pretty rough, I would say. Like, it was a lot more punk back then, I would say.
Yeah.
Yeah, just a lot more drinking and just lots more punk attitude on stage. So I have no idea how the show sounded, but I'm sure it was fun to watch.
How would 300 capacity clubs or bigger or?
Yeah, like I would say maybe like 2 to like 600 capacity shows, mostly all over the place. So it was like everywhere from Germany to Britain, Ireland, and Italy, and all those places. So
like packed
Poland.
venues, sold out shows?
Yeah, and Poland, and because Converge are pretty huge. So
yeah.
Awesome,
man.
Yeah, so that was really good of them to bring us out on our first tour. And then we did our first headlining tour after that, and then we had Toxic Holocaust and The Secret, an Italian band, and Wolves Like Us warm up for us, and that was a really intense and great tour too.
Was that still on the first album or the second one?
Yeah, still on the first album, and that was a really successful tour too. We started getting bigger venues and stuff like that, so that was cool.
And you were packing rooms by yourself?
Yeah, so this was like during the big hype, I would call it.
Yeah.
Awesome,
man.
Yeah, and then like after that, we did the second album. Like it was pretty rough because we had to like squeeze everything in. Like it was pretty packed with shows and stuff like that. So it was kind of like we had to hurry up and write the second album. So it was just a pretty like intense thing writing the second one and recording it. So
what age were you guys at between the first and second album, that era?
Yeah, 2010 I was how old was it then? I was 25 when the first one came out, and then I was 28 when the second one came out. So I guess it was 27 when we were working on the second one and recording it. So
kind of grown up men then.
Yeah, getting to be, but
yeah.
I don't know. I guess I got a little arrested in the development, kind of just from being in the band and being on tour so much. So
yeah,
it's like you live in a bubble almost, or at least those years.
I suppose.
Because it was just really a lot of touring. At the most we did, I think it was like 2017 or something. We played like 200 shows in a year.
But my follow-up question here is that, from you got the band together and up to that point, did you guys have like steady jobs or something?
Yeah, I left my steady job right before the first album came out, or right before we did the first tour with Converge, because I couldn't ask for more time off from work, because up till then I had to ask for time off for all the shows and like Urørt contests and all these tiny things. Up until then, I was working at the Co-op freezer warehouse.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, I was like loading up boxes of frozen pizzas and fish on pallets and driving a truck around and 23 minus Celsius 8 hours a day. So it was actually the fourth time I quit the job when I finally left. So
You know what? I actually did some similar to that.
Yeah.
I for a year I actually grinded meat in a cold storage. You know?
okay, that sounds worse.
It sucked.
Yeah, I hated my job too, and yeah, I remember I would write lyrics in the bathroom. Like I would drive around loading pallets of frozen pizza, and then I would think of lyrics, and then go to the bathroom and write them down on paper and shove it in my overalls. So,
You need to make the best of it, man.
yeah, that's how it works.
But after that point, after you left there, how has it been economically?
I was pretty damn broke for maybe like 1 or 2 years, and then I had to, yeah.
Did you live? Did you all of you guys live at your parents' house and stuff like that to save money, or did you have your own flats with rents? Or?
Yeah, I was renting an apartment in Stavanger, so.
But how was the income? You know, did the gigs pay?
Barely. I don't even know how I managed to pay the rent. Yeah, it was really hard economically or financially for like maybe a year or two. And then things started getting better and I could pay off debt and stuff like that. So it took a while to fix the financial neglect from just starting out the band. Yeah.
What kind of made it work in the end, though? Was it like the merch sales? Was it concert tickets?
Everything, concerts and merch sales and yeah.
Because it's not only you. You are, how many were you in the band?
6 guys.
6 guys
Yeah,
to split all that?
Yeah, lots of guys. And yeah, we started getting a good advance because we got signed to Roadrunner on the second album.
Okay.
So that helped out a lot with the finances too. And yeah.
But was that like recoupable stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah, as always, you know.
Yeah, I don't
Nothing
think
is free.
Yeah, I don't know how that's doing.
It's not your problem, is it?
No. Well, I guess it is kind of, but yeah.
Yeah. What happened then? Did you recorded your second album? Where did you record the albums, by the way?
Yeah, the first and the second album was recorded with Kurt Ballou from Converge in Salem, Massachusetts.
Yeah, I saw some video about that, some diary video on YouTube.
Yeah. So he has a cool studio there in Salem, and yeah, he's a pretty good guy in the studio, so that's why we chose him. And the third album we did Nattesfeld, which is the last one I did. That one we did in Oslo, so yeah.
You did 2 or 3 albums?
3 albums I did.
Okay.
Yeah.
What was the third one?
Nattesfeld.
That's the third one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm not totally happy with the sound on that one, because it was... kind of an experiment to record the band live, so it doesn't sound as tight as the first 2 ones, but whatever, it is what it is. So
I think it sounds okay. I'm not sure if I heard the whole thing,
Okay.
but I will certainly check it out.
yeah, it has a different sound than the first 2 ones, I would say.
Recorded in where, you said?
Ampeltone, and we used a guy named Nick Terry. He's a British guy, and he recorded the third one and mixed it. So yeah.
In Oslo, was that it?
Yeah.
Or? Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So that was in 2015. We recorded that one.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I think so.
You need to jump in to tell stories here. If I jump across something, you know.
Yeah. I will do that.
Yeah. Because we need to touch upon the other huge tours and gigs you've done.
Yeah. Okay. So lots of crazy stuff.
We can begin with one thing. I actually were present. I am a big Iron Maiden fan.
Cool.
So I went to they had this Seventh Son show in Bergen at Koengen.
Yeah. I remember that.
Yeah, because you were there, right?
Yeah. It was us and Ghost and Iron Maiden.
Yes.
So that was a really cool lineup.
Wow.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah, so that was awesome.
Was that the first time you were around Maiden guys?
No, I'd seen the Maiden lots of times before because I've been on played lots of the same festivals as them, and Yeah, but it's the only time we supported the band.
Yeah, okay.
Like for real, like a one-off show. So.
This is like, I'm a fanboy, you know, because how was it to be around those guys?
Well, I wasn't around them. I didn't get the chance to meet them.
Any of them?
It was pretty like segregated backstage. So,
okay.
Yeah, so it wasn't like we were hanging out or something
no
like that.
No buddies there. You don't have a Bruce Dickinson on Snapchat.
No, I'm sure they were very busy. So
yeah, I suppose, you know.
Yeah.
Been going for a long while, you know.
Yeah, it's a little different. Like I've had the experience of warming up for both Metallica and Slayer, for example. So and Anthrax on the same tour with Slayer. So those guys were. Yeah, that was like real tours, and then the band spends time with you, so that was cool.
Tell some stories, man.
Oof, yeah.
How did you?
That's the hardest question to answer is when you get that.
How did you? Did you do the Metallica one or the Slayer one first?
Yeah, we did one tour with Metallica that was like sort of like Metallica Sonisphere thing, where they were like the headliner of like a touring festival.
Yeah.
And there were bands like Alice in Chains and Children of Bodom and us. So that was like the lineup, and they traveled around in Europe with that. So we did like 9 shows with them like that. That was the first time we played with Metallica.
Was that something you kind of worked out for yourself? Did you have a booking agent? Do you have a management?
Yeah, we had a manager and a booking agent. Yeah. So I'm not actually sure how that one happened.
No, okay.
Yeah.
You didn't get the call, you know?
No, not personally like that. They went through the management, but yeah.
Because I suppose you know the band Bokassa?
Yeah, I know those guys, yeah.
Yeah, they're from Trondheim, but the drummer, he's from here. He's from Halden.
Okay.
So I know Olav.
Yeah.
And I think they basically got the call personally from a manager or something.
Okay.
Asking them do you want to come with us on tour?
Yeah, that's awesome.
They didn't quite believe it, you know?
Yeah, I'm sure they wouldn't. Yeah, the second Metallica tour we did, which was the one we did for, it's called World Wired Tour. It was for the last album they did.
That's the same one they went on, I think.
Yeah, they did probably the last part of it.
Last leg, yep.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm pretty sure me and my wife made that happen because Metallica was playing in Denmark, and then I got arranged to get tickets to go see them, and it got cancelled because James became sick, so he couldn't do the show. But then we had the tickets to fly down to Copenhagen anyway, so then we just went there and... okay, I forgot the beginning of the story. I know one of the guys who works for Metallica because he used to work at Roadrunner Records. So that's how I got the guest spots from him.
But was this after your first run with them?
Yeah, this was after the first run, maybe like 3 years later or something.
But you got to know those guys on that first one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So we went down to Denmark, even though the show was cancelled, and met the guy that works for their management company. And yeah, it was a lot of fun. We just had some drinks and went to a barbecue place, and then we ended up getting invited to their Super Bowl party at some place called Valmans in Copenhagen. So that was really a lot of fun. And like, Rob Trujillo came and hung out, and there was like lots of guys from like their whole team hanging out, and yeah, it was just a lot of fun. But pretty like shortly after that, we were invited to do the tour with them. So I think it had a connection.
Of course, of course. You have to be there.
Yeah. No, so that was really awesome that they did that. And we got to do like, it was like over 8 months, the tour, and it was like in 4 parts. So...
Oh, man.
Yeah, it was really cool.
But how did you travel for that one?
We had the nightliner, and then there were like lots of off days. So we would fill up the off days with doing our own shows,
club
like
shows
here and there.
And
yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. So, yeah, it was really good.
So your management kind of rented the nightliner, or was that taken out of your budget, or how does that work?
Yeah, we have to pay and apply for touring funds and stuff like that. But Metallica we got paid pretty decently to do the shows. So even though we would have done it for free. I'm
Of
sure,
course,
but yeah.
of course.
Yeah.
But how did they treat you? Like with equipment and soundman and lighting guys?
Really accommodating. Like their crew was really helping us out and being comfortable on stage and helping out with setting stuff up even. And yeah, so they were really great like that. And Metallica guys too, like they invited us for dinner and parties a bunch of times during all of this. So yeah, and they come and talk to you. Like they just drop by backstage and spend time with you. So that's really awesome that they do that, because they don't have to at all.
No,
but,
I you know what? Compared to other bands, I think those really are kind and good-spirited guys.
Yeah, and I think they're like really. It's cool that they still have this enthusiasm about discovering new bands and like they're interested in checking out new stuff. So
that's also a thing that I got to think about, is that what happened, it's because of Metallica and Maiden and all of this, the big bands from Scandinavia came around,
Yeah.
It was like Ghost from Sweden and Volbeat from Denmark, and then it was Kvelertak from Norway.
Yeah.
That was that one. And I don't know, suddenly Scandinavia came back,
Yeah.
And in an era where record sales are low and everything kind of sucks, it's just fascinating.
Yeah, I definitely think they have like a big part in making, helping bands get bigger. Like especially Ghost, they were like supportive of them, and same with Kvelertak. Just like stuff like coming to the first time we met Metallica was when we played in San Francisco, and I remember the chef at the venue, he was like telling me, oh, by the way, James Hetfield called and asked for a guest list, just so you know. And it's like, I was like, haha, yeah, right. And then we're playing the show and you just see him standing on the side of the stage, like headbanging. It's like, what the fuck is going on? And yeah, that same night, we had the Crown Prince and Princess. They were at the show. That was like a big deal. We had to do like things with the NRK and the back alley behind the venue before the show. They come riding up in the limousine, and we had to sit down and do an interview with them for the news. And it was just a crazy experience.
That sounds bizarre, man.
Yeah. And then the guy from Machine Head, Rob Flynn, he was taking pictures of all of this during the show. And yeah, it's just like a weird scenario, the whole thing.
And that was your headlining show?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, at the time it was a place called Slim's in San Francisco, so it's a really cool venue. Yeah.
Never got to go there yet.
Yeah.
We went over to play in the US last year, actually. We played 3 shows. We played the Psycho Las Vegas Festival.
Oh yeah, that looks awesome. I really would like to do that someday.
It was great.
Cool.
And a bizarre thing for the first time being there,
Yeah, Las Vegas is pretty crazy. It's like a Disneyland for grown-ups.
Yep, yes, well put, sir. And we played one in San Diego and one in Los Angeles.
Okay, cool.
And that was an amazing experience,
Yeah, you need to play there more. It's one of the funnest places to tour, in my opinion.
Yeah, we are most definitely aiming for that.
Yeah, cool.
Yes. We should go there together.
Yeah, good idea.
Yeah, okay. Awesome, man. I don't get tired of hearing about those stories,
No, it's been a long time since I talked about it too, so that's why it gets a little fussy, and
that's no worries, man.
it's hard to remember back to things I haven't talked about in a long, or thought about in a long time too sometimes. So it's I have to like clear off some cobwebs in my brain.
Yeah, but you've been through a lot in just a few years, and of course the memories get clogged up sometimes.
Especially when there's like lots of partying and stuff when you're out on the road too. I used to be partying pretty hard and smoking weed and stuff like that. So then it's especially hard to rember certain
just
things.
living life,
Yeah, it's just a way to get through touring and stuff like that. At least it was for me then. But, I've become a lot more healthy the last couple of years, and I feel like my brain is functioning at 100% now compared to how it was before. That's like the only thing. I think when I think back about all of it, I feel like I wish I wasn't like on autopilot in a way and was more present to just take more control of the situation and actually enjoy it more instead of just not being totally at home in your mind. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. No, but it was like a pretty intense thing. Like it happened overnight, and it's just how I dealt with it. But yeah, don't have any regrets, and I'm really happy I got to have all of the experiences I did. So.
What was the reason why you left?
Yeah, it's just it's kind of complicated, and I don't want to say anything bad about anyone else in the band. Like I'm not into pointing fingers or anything like that. But yeah, in the end, we just weren't on the same page anymore, and yeah, we had trouble communicating and things like that. And then, yeah, in the end, I just had to call a shovel for a shovel and just, okay, I'm gonna do what's best for myself, and I think it's just best I remove myself from the band, and you guys can keep going, and I'll, yeah, go out on my own.
Well, was this like on a personal level, or was it creatively, or?
That was on a personal level.
Okay,
so,
yeah, you weren't mashing on the road.
Yeah, and also just with the plans weren't matching up either, so that's okay. It worked out for the best. I'm happy they could continue with their new singer, and they can keep doing what they want to do and how they want to do it. And I'm happy to be here talking about my new band, Hjelvik, and make music the way I think it should sound. And
you have 100% control now, I suppose.
Yeah, and it's really a great feeling. It's, for me, like in the first time in a long time, it's been fun to make music again and create everything. Like, it kind of feels like back in how I did when we were making like the first ex-Kvelertak stuff. So I guess what I'm trying to say is it's like it shouldn't feel like a chore to make an album. It should actually be fun. Yeah. So I'm happy to have that feeling back.
Yeah, but when you're in the middle of a big machinery, when people depend on you, and there's schedules, then I suppose it just becomes that.
Yeah, I think it sucked fun out of it, for me at least. And yeah, lots of responsibilities, and it's like you do things from like a survival mode, I suppose. Like, okay, we have to do these shows, and we have to put out an album in a month, like, or have, it's just like, lots of demands by people around you, like you said. So
yeah. Mm-hmm. You have to put stuff down to pay the bills and get things done,
Yeah, so
you can't sit around and wait for inspiration.
No, so I'm much happier with the new way of doing things, and I just feel like, I'm where I'm supposed to be at in life now. So.
But tell me the story of, let's see, when you decided to leave.
Yeah.
What happened thereafter and up to now?
Yeah, after I left, it was the summer of 2018. I left the band, and then I had a couple of months off.
But were you in the middle of something, or was it a bit of a break?
No, there were like maybe 3 festival shows left, but it was just a breakdown in the band.
Yeah.
So I just had to leave.
Yeah.
And I just didn't have any plans on what to do really when I left the band. So I didn't have like this Hjelvik idea of like fully formed in my head. I had like a couple of months off where I just decompressed and got my legs back on the ground and
just got back with your family and took it easy.
Yeah, I did things like work on the house and painting it, things like that.
You guys have a house?
Yeah, we have a house together.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah. So I listened to a lot of music while doing this, and just old classics, and started slowly getting inspired again, and just inspired to write my own music and start doing that. So maybe after like 6 months, I started writing again, and then 6 months later again, I had written a whole album and all the lyrics. So yeah.
But did you? I have to ask these questions because I'm curious.
Yeah.
I mean, you're in the same situation, but a bit below you.
Okay.
Did you still may have an income because of some royalty stuff, or did you have to go back to make a living otherwise? from other places?
No, I didn't take I haven't taken up any jobs like that, but no, I haven't been getting any money from my old band. So.
Okay, so you need to make your living from something else then?
Yeah, there's still something that needs to be worked out there. So we're still discussing stuff.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah. We're all in the same boat, you know. The bills needs to be paid.
Yeah, it'll all get worked out in the end, I'm sure.
After COVID, we can go out and tour a whole lot.
Yeah, I look forward to that.
Yeah, me too, man.
Yeah, it's it really sucks because well, it's both good and bad, the COVID situation, and I try to stay positive. Like, the good thing about it is that it's given my wife and my wife is also the manager of the band.
Yep.
Yeah, so we had more time to work on the release and focus on putting it out properly. And since it's a new band, we have to do everything from scratch.
Yeah.
So there's been lots to do. So if we would have to get ready for a tour at the same time, it would have been maybe be a little bit overwhelming, but so at least we have more time to do things in like a comfortable pace now. So like the next big project at home is to build a practice space in the basement.
Yep, there you go. We talked about it before we started recording.
Yes, so then the whole band can come over and stay there, and we practice for like a week or something, and then go on tour when it's time to do that.
Do you have like a little farm or something, or is it just a house?
No, it's just a big house.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is it like in the countryside, or is it in the town?
Yeah, it's in Tysvær, outside of Haugesund, so it's on the countryside. Yeah, it's a very nice place.
Nice and calm, and no complaining neighbors.
No complaining neighbors. Lots of eagles and
wow.
Yeah, mountains and fjords and stuff around. So it's a very nice and calm place.
You should have me for coffee or a beer someday.
Yeah, next time you come to Haugesund, you should come.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And I was thinking about this COVID thing. You know, as I told you, we lost all the touring and all this, festivals and what would be peaks for us.
Yeah.
But on the other hand, I started this thing, a podcast.
I think it's gonna do a lot of good things for a lot of people because you get forced to be creative. And another good thing is that everyone is probably writing albums now, so there's gonna be a ton of albums coming out in the near future, I think.
That's a good thing, and I'm a bit skeptical too, because I have a release coming up this week, and I have an album next year, so hope it doesn't drown.
No, I'm sure it will be fine.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Tell me about the band, man, your new band.
Yeah.
And the album.
So my band consists of a couple of great guys from around the world. The guitarist is American. His name is Rob Steinway. And he's from a band called Skeletor. I don't know if you heard about them.
No, only the He-Man.
They're named after
villain.
that character. But it's a really cool, like 80s heavy metal band from Washington.
I will check them out.
Yeah.
You should send me some links.
Yeah, I will do.
Yeah.
So he's a really great guitar player. I'm really happy to have him in the band. So he was the first guy to join. And he joined after I'd written mostly all of the demos for the album, and then I sent him the tracks, and then he sent back his guitar playing on it. And then we got the drummer, and his name is Kevin Foley. He's French, half Irish. And he's from a band called... actually, he used to play drums for Abbott on the first album.
Okay.
Yeah, and he's also done stuff like step in as a drummer for Sepultura and Sabaton and stuff like that. So he's a really great drummer. Like, he's a machine.
Sounds like it.
Yeah.
But is this guys you met on the road or something?
Kevin I met while I was the drummer in Abbott. I met him in Bergen at the airport, actually. He came up to me and was a big fan of ex-Kvelertak. And yeah, he just was a really nice guy. So I remembered him when it was time to find a drummer, because I really liked the work he did on the Abbott album too. And he was looking for new bands to work with, it said on his Facebook page, so it was perfect timing. And the guitarist I didn't know from before, but my wife and I, she's American, we have a place in close by to Portland where we recorded the album. That's one of the reasons why we chose to record there.
Okay.
Yeah, so I wanted someone nearby there, and then I came over his band, and yeah. I thought he seemed like a great match, so which he was.
Awesome.
Yeah, and the bass player, he's also French, and he's a friend of Kevin, so he recommended him, and I'm super happy having him in the band too. Alexis Liu is his name, and he's played in bands like Benighted before, like a grindcore band and stuff like that. But he's a really great bass player too.
Okay.
Yeah. And finally, so those are all the guys on the record, and then finally a couple of months ago we had Remy André Nygård from Inculter join the band as a rhythm guitarist.
Yeah, okay.
So he's going to be part of the band in the future.
But did all of you gather in the studio and record it together, or was it a file sharing record?
No, we met up in the studio in Portland and
put it down.
Yeah, we had like 2 days of practicing. We had all the demos finished.
Is it the same studio you used with Kvelertak?
No, we used a place called Hallowed Halls in Portland.
Okay.
Yeah, and it was engineered by Justin Phelps, who's recorded a bunch of the Slough Egg albums, and he's also done work for Poison ID and Joe Satriani and stuff like that. So, yeah, so he's a good guy, and the studio is really cool. It's an old library building that's turned into a studio. So it's a really cool place.
Wow.
Yeah.
Like a big place with sleeping quarters and everything like set
No,
up?
they just have like a huge room to record drums and stuff in, and they put on concerts and stuff in there.
Yeah.
And then they have a tinier studio as well. So they have 2 studios in the same building.
Awesome.
Or 3 studios, actually.
Did you say when you recorded this?
This was, I'm not sure, but this was September, October 2019.
19, yes.
Yeah, so I've had the album ready for a long time now. I've been listening to it for over a year.
I know that feeling, you know.
Yeah.
I try not to grow tired of it, because if I grow tired, maybe it's not that good.
Yeah, actually, I haven't gone tired by it or grown tired from it. I've been listening to the shit out of it. So
Yeah, that's good.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I still like it. So yeah.
When did you finally put it out?
Just last, it was Friday. Yeah, November 20th is when I put it out.
Oh, is that recent?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so just a little while ago, so it's still fresh.
How has the feedback been?
Really great. I would say like the reviews are like 90% good, so really good actually. And a lot of people calling it one of the best albums of the year, so that's really great. And lots of great feedback from fans on social media and stuff, saying it's a killer album and they're really happy to have me back. So that's nice.
Absolutely. I suppose you have a following, you know. You have supporters of you, the front man in the band.
Yes, I'm really lucky in that sense. So even though I say I'm starting everything from scratch, I'm not really, because I have like lots of loyal fans already. So, which is a really nice thing.
And now they have 2 bands to dig, you know?
Yeah, I think it works out great. You know, just because the parents get divorced doesn't mean like they have to stop loving one of the parents.
Nope,
So,
not at all.
Yeah.
Not at all.
yeah.
I had a question. What was that? It disappeared right now.
Okay.
Yeah. Yes. How did you manage to get signed to Nuclear Blast?
Yeah, that was my wife's doing. We had the album recorded, and it was mixed and mastered, and then we sent a couple of songs to Nuclear Blast, like maybe 4 songs.
Was this during COVID?
Right before.
Right before.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they called back like 2 days later, and yeah, they wanted to have a meeting and to discuss signing us, and and while we were discussing this thing, that's when the COVID stuff happened. So suddenly they had a lot of things on their plate to deal with. So,
of course.
So it just made the whole process take a lot longer. So I guess it delayed the album a little. But yeah, I'm really happy we didn't put it out sooner, like before the COVID thing happening, and like you start touring and then you have to cancel stuff.
It comes quite amputated.
Yeah, so I'm really happy, or I feel lucky that we got to have November 20th as a release date, because, at the time when we chose the release date, I don't think we anticipated how long it would last, this Corona stuff. But at least to me, it feels like there's a light at the end of the tunnel now when you hear about the vaccines gonna show up at the beginning of the year and things like that. So
Absolutely.
I think we're gonna be able to tour, next summer or something like that.
I sincerely hope so.
Yeah. Fingers crossed upside down.
There you go. Okay, man. I think we went through most of it.
Yeah, I think so. It was really nice to talk to you here. It was a fun podcast.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for reaching out.
Yeah, it's good you're doing the Dark Lord's work here with spreading the word.
I should tell the story. It's a short one. The entire building here is actually an old people's home. It used to be.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And this part we are sitting in now was the morgue.
Oh, that's awesome.
So they were lying in here, and they were carried out that way.
All right, that's great.
So I think the spirit is here,
Yeah, definitely. I don't think that kind of energy just floats away. I'm sure it gets stuck in the walls.
I'm sure. I've created lots of shit here.
Yeah, cool.
The last few words is yours. So just push whatever you want.
Yeah, so as I said in an interview, I have a new album out called Welcome to Hell. If people listening have been a fan of me in my old band ex-Kvelertak or even Djevel, it would be great if they check out my new music. I think there's lots of things for them to love on my new album. And if you like the album, please buy it or buy some merch or come to a concert when it's time to do that. Would really appreciate the support.
Cool. And you just touched upon Djevel. Now
we forgot to talk about
Yeah,
Djevel.
now we have an excuse to do another podcast another time.
Yeah, let's save something for when you come to Haugesund.
Let's do that.
Yeah, sounds good.
All right, man. See you guys.
All right.